Rise and shine, nerds.
You're tuned in to the Back Row Morning Show, a Monday through Thursday morning show for LTN Radio, and proudly a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo. We're caffeine-fueled and ready to talk your ears off. Our show covers a lot of banter-worthy goofiness inspired by current pop culture, as well as a focused topic, and spans all 4 shows for the week.
This week on the show, we will take a look at brand new social etiquette rules for 2023. What has changed? Do we agree with them? We will find out. This week, and for several weeks, really, we are going over the new 2023 Etiquette Guide. It's published by the New York Times. We're going to go over about 194 rules in 7 different sections. We're going to read these rules in full and then decide if we agree or not, unless they're inappropriate, which we found a couple that we just did not read.
Yeah.
We're going to begin today going over the new etiquette rules for interacting with strangers and acquaintances.
Okay.
So we've got, I think, 12 or 13 to go over here.
23 to 36.
Yeah. So that's 13, right? 14, because we're including 23. All right. 23. If you've met someone and they clearly don't remember your name, say, "Hi, we've met. I'm name." It's perfect middle ground. It's assertive. We've met. I know it, and so do you. But generous. You're telling them your name so they don't have to grope around blindly or call you like buddy.
Why'd you gotta use the word grope? I know, right? Like, ain't nobody better be groping around me blindly. And I'm definitely not gonna tell them my name after that.
Tyranny, your name is hard to remember. It took me a while. It's still hard for me to spell it, but I get there. Because I think tyranny, like tyranny, like the word tyranny.
Gosh. Tier Annie.
Tearannnie. That's not how it's spelled.
No, tier like levels. It is
but I'm just showing you that it's confusing.
Tierannie.
I'm just showing you now that that's still confusing. There's more ways to pronounce it, and that's the real word I'm thinking of that she put in there. Tyranny, like the actual, like a dictator, tyrants.
I know, but
So I'm saying there's so many ways it could be thought of in the brain. It's hard to remember which way to spell it.
Anyway, forget it.
Look at the sad face she put on there. Anyway, forget it. What's going on?
Oh, I added too many N's in the Annie.
Proof.
Whatever.
Proof perfect right there. Number 24.
Whatever.
Anyway, do we agree with that? It's fine to say, "Hi, we've met. I'm this person."
I'm sure it's fine. I'm not going to do it, but it's fine.
I want to feel superior to you.
No, because at this point, I don't know what my name is. Like,
Oh, that's right.
yeah. So,
Hi, I'm Mogan. But who am I?
yeah.
Something like that. Uh-huh. Whatever you call me.
It's going to be super weird at this point. I would probably just reintroduce myself.
And you can't go with the old rules when you change your name back. Hi, I'm Mick. You can't. That would be weird.
Mick.
Everyone just start calling you Mick.
Mick.
All right, number 24.
Cool. Mick. I can go by Mick, right, guys?
Wasn't there a TV show, sitcom, where there was a woman that went by the name Mick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Go by Mick.
That'd
All
be weird.
Anyway,
calling you
yeah, I don't want to go by Mick.
Back Row with Matt and Mick.
Matt and Mick.
Barf. Number 24.
The remix with Matt
The
and
remix.
Mick. Hey.
We could change the moment to the remix. There you go.
Good grief.
Number 24. Never answer a compliment with a compliment.
Yes.
A couple months ago, I met a famous singer backstage after her concert. I was wearing a loud pair of pants, the kind that attract a lot of attention wherever they go, designed by a friend. "I like your pants," the singer said. "I like your glasses," I responded in a panic. Horrible, false sounding, and how could it not be? A compliment that follows a compliment, even if meant sincerely, will always sound forced.
Yeah. I can agree with this.
She said, "I've thought about it for months since, knowing exactly what I should have said. Thank you."
Yeah. I get it 100%.
Yeah, I think it comes from self-deprecation. It's like, I don't feel like I deserve this compliment.
For sure.
I should definitely give them one too. All right. Silver, me. 25. It's okay to, sorry, reading's hard. It's okay to ask how to say someone's name. Just do so as early as possible and casually. Like, how do you say your name? Oh, that's right. Okay. I can get that. I also try to repeat names like 3 times, and I'll do it in front of them. Like, what's your name? My name's Joseph. Okay. Joseph. I got it. I will always know your name is Joseph. It works most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this. You agree with this rule?
Yeah.
You have any problem with this one? Mm-mm. Yeah. Okay. 26. If someone mispronounces a word, but you knew what they meant, move along. Don't correct them. There's no better way to bring a conversation to a grinding halt.
Okay.
My wife hates it when I do this to her.
Really?
And I try not to anymore.
Really?
Yeah. It's like if she says something and just, uses the wrong vowel or whatever in the word, but I'm like, I know what she was saying. I'm not going to say it's this in the middle and interrupting her. It's like, it's pronounced this way. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I actually just had this conversation with a friend earlier this week, because this person, they're frequently in conversation or leading and talking, and they use words often. Mm-hmm. And so when they
as one does when they talk,
pronounced a word, yeah, but like in conversation with just us, like I want for you to tell me if I mispronounce a word, because I'm
good to know.
Listen, because I talk because of the show. Like,
sure.
Part of my job is to talk. It's to communicate. And I want to make sure that when I'm communicating, that I'm sounding intelligent, that I don't sound dumb. Like I know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Where are you at right now?
I'm listening intently.
Are you waiting for me to mispronounce a word so that you can correct me?
That would be really funny, but no. I would love for that to happen, but no, that's not what's happening. I'm intently listening.
So for me, that is like, I don't do it with everybody. I don't just walk around going, it's actually pronounced this.
The point is moo.
Okay, but again, all right, hold on. My point is actually moo, because this is for strangers and others. It's not for friends. It's for random people. And so I wouldn't do this to a stranger.
Sure.
Okay.
I got you. You're right.
Move along.
Yeah. You're right. I wasn't thinking about it in that context either, but you're right. This is the section for strangers and acquaintances. Uh-huh. Don't do that to people you don't really know.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Hey, stupid. It's pronounced like this.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Now.
Raised by wolves who didn't know how to talk either, I guess.
Because I would do this to Chris a lot if he mispronounced a word, and I shouldn't say a lot, but if he mispronounced a word and I knew the correct pronunciation, I would say, it's actually, this is how you say the word. And I would do it kindly. I'm not a jerk. But my thought process...
That's not how you say it, stupid!
My thought process is I don't want for you to sound ignorant when communicating with other people. If you're going to use a word, use it properly and correctly. And if you're a significant person in my life, I'm going to make sure that you sound as smart as you actually are.
Smart as you actually are, yeah.
Yeah, it's a backhanded compliment, isn't it?
I don't want you to sound ignorant.
I don't want you to sound dumb.
I want you to be as smart as I know you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of say that to my middle kid a lot. I'm like, quit acting like you're stupid. We know you're smart.
Okay.
Why are you acting stupid?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where my shoes are. They're right in front of you. Quit looking in the sky and look down where your shoes are. Quit acting dumb. We see your test scores. We know you're smart. Anyway.
All right, moving
Yes, that's how I
along.
talk to my kid.
Again, this is for strangers and acquaintances.
27. The proper response to being told something you already know isn't, I know. It's, you're right.
Okay. Sure.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
It's polite.
You're right.
Polite accomplishes the same thing.
You're right.
We're good.
Okay.
Number 28. Back to COVID. Don't ask people how they got COVID. The only good COVID conversation is, are you feeling better and can I get you anything? No how I became infected stories, and certainly never ask anyone, how'd you get it? It's dumb. Do you ask people how they got chlamydia?
No, because we all know how you got chlamydia. We don't know how you got COVID. We're all still trying to figure it out. But that was going to be my response. Like, does anybody actually know how they got COVID? That's the thing.
Nah.
I'm going to look at you and I'm going to be like, I don't know.
Well, again, then it's not why ask it then?
No,
Nobody
I'm in
knows.
agreement. Yeah, I'm in agreement with it. It's a pointless question that I'm going to look at you and be like, number one, it's none of your business. Number two, I wish I knew, but I don't.
And then 29, also don't ask why they're wearing a mask. So this brings me back to what I talked about yesterday. It's like, I think my thoughts have kind of changed about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I would assume that they're wearing a mask because they feel sick or
Right.
under the weather and they don't want to spread it now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have assumed that maybe a year ago.
Right.
But times are loosening, changing.
Sure.
30. When casually asked, how are you? Say, good. It's neutral. It doesn't force someone to endure a trauma dump or a spiel on how the world is up in flames. So again, talking about strangers and acquaintances, not people that we know personally. Mm-hmm. Don't unload all your personal junk on a stranger or an acquaintance.
Fair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 31. Silver says too late. 31. Never ask someone about their nationality if you want to know their ethnicity. These are not the same. You can try asking, what's your ethnic heritage instead? It's not great, but at least it's honest.
Sure.
I mean, I get it. I don't really ask that question.
I was trying to think if it was something that I would actually ask a stranger or an acquaintance. Like,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know that I would jump right into that with someone that I consider just an acquaintance.
Right. But like Silver's hitting it on the head here. She says, you know, nationality. I'm an American.
Yeah.
But I could be ethnically. Yeah, that's the right word. Ethnically a different.
But my ethnicity could be
Yeah.
something else. There you go.
32. Accents aren't cute, quote unquote. And it's condescending to describe them thusly. I disagree with this.
Hold on. I really thought that they were going to say, like, accents aren't cute and you should lose it. Like, I was about to say, people can't help that they've got an accent. Good grief.
But no, I totally disagree with this. I think it's the same as anything else that they mostly can't control. You know,
Okay.
looks, eye color, speech pattern. You know, all of these things can contribute to whether someone is giving off the cute vibe or not.
Okay. But you may think that it's cute, that it's a cute part of their personality and demeanor and whatnot. But I do agree that, like, you don't need to be like, oh, your Southern accent is so cute.
Oh, sure. Yeah. But that doesn't say this. This says they're not.
It said, the last part of it says, don't describe it as
Oh, well,
such.
yeah, I guess you're right.
And furthermore, I don't think that you would do that to a stranger or an acquaintance.
Again, true. Yeah, you're right.
So,
It's hard to stay in that mindset. We're
Yeah.
talking about strangers and acquaintances, people we don't really know.
yeah.
You're right.
I'm not going to talk to the person in front of me at Walmart and notice that they're super Southern and be like, your accent is the cutest ever. Oh my gosh.
It's the cutest accent. No, tell me. What's your favorite?
Cutest? I would say Southern.
Southern, really.
A Southern accent is the cutest. Like, but when I think cute, I think like, "I'll pinch your cheeks, you're so cute" kind of thing. If I were to hear like a...
Okay, let's go attractive. What's the most attractive accent?
The most attractive accent would probably be...
On a man, I'm assuming, is what
I'm going to say probably a British accent.
Yeah, I think that would be common. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a woman?
Yeah. I don't know. British or... I think we might have just lived in New Mexico for so long that I've kind of gotten like accustomed to the Latin, Spanish accent, because that's pretty attractive as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's just not something that I think of as an accent anymore, because it's just
we hear it all the time.
Yeah. So.
For females, I think the most attractive accent to me is like Irish or maybe Scottish in those areas.
Becky Lynch.
Before Becky Lynch, I had this thought, but Becky Lynch does also have that. Yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she tells jokes, it's adorable. She tells jokes with her full like Scottish brogue going on. Really funny.
That's got a crush.
All right. 33. Most of my crushes have been female wrestlers. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
33. If you bring up astrology and it isn't met enthusiastically with the person you're talking with,
then drop it.
Change the topic.
For sure.
Not everybody believes in your made up star BS.
So here's the thing. Like, I definitely don't believe in astrology. But there is an aspect of it that is very interesting to me. It's very kind of like, well, what do you know? I don't believe that it has any... What's the word I'm looking for?
I see stars now.
Any basis to it? Like any, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But there are aspects of it that, as far as like people's personality, as opposed to like
there are some cool
their sign and how that like
statistics about how more Libras do this than other statistically. That's some interesting stuff. Brother Mod said astrology is just old timey Enneagram.
It is.
I'm like that's not,
for sure.
That's not inaccurate.
Right. Yep.
All right, 34. Actually, it's great to talk about the weather. It was 60 degrees in January. There's lots to say.
Yeah. I can agree with this.
With strangers and acquaintances? Yeah.
For sure.
Hot today. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's cold out there. You're right.
Well,
Super windy today. My goodness, my hat blew away. Mm-hmm. I lost my trampoline. That happens so often.
Right.
In this town.
Good grief.
Trampolines just be rolling down the highway, y'all.
See, and I've got to say, there are times where I have talked about the weather with someone, and then I've walked away feeling like, did I really just talk about the weather? I can't believe I just talked about the weather. Because it's
for
like
10 minutes.
Yeah, well, because it's like if you're going to talk about is the weather, then you don't need to be talking about them kind of, or talking to them kind of thing. Whereas I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with 100%. That either. Yeah. I think people want to talk about the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
Not for all day,
right.
But a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's fine.
Cool.
35. Don't address two or more women as ladies. It's oddly creepy when it comes from a man. Especially when you say it like I just did. Ladies. And in other contexts, it reads as an unnecessary attempt to feign some kind of unity or connection between women. So like when women say it, apparently.
I'm so confused. We don't want unity and connection between women? Like,
I like that you're doing my confused thing where you just start looking around the room.
I don't understand. That was dumb.
Well, the second half, I agree, is dumb. The first half, though, men shouldn't be like, ladies.
So, yeah, sure.
Unless it's in your family. But again, strangers and acquaintances. just to walk up in your workplace, be like, ladies, how you doing today? It seems weird. How's it going, friends?
What up, y'all?
What up, gang?
But Brother Mod says, can we therefore also not refer to 2+ guys as gentlemen?
No, because I don't think any gentlemen find that word condescending, but I do think there are plenty of women that find ladies condescending. That is my genuine answer. I've never met a man who felt condescended to by being called a gentleman.
I've never found a woman who felt condescended to by being called a lady.
They're all over the internet.
Why?
Have you been on the internet?
I have, but apparently, like, my internet group of people...
And that's why this thing is here. It reads as an unnecessary attempt to feign some kind of unity or connection between women.
I am okay with being called a lady. Actually, it makes me feel... It actually makes me feel a little more respected. Now, if you're like, what up, ladies? Then, yeah, I'm not going to feel respected. But if you refer to me as a lady and you do it in a respectful manner, then, yes, I feel like you are respecting me a little more than just, oh, you a girl? Are you a woman? A woman.
A woman.
Don't call me a girl.
A woman. Don't call you a girl?
Yeah. Unless you're like claiming
Ooh, girl.
property over me or something. That's my girl. But yeah, I don't. Anyway, forget
it. No, I get what you're saying. I got it.
I'm a lady.
All right, last one for today. Never ask someone what their job is. It's classist and boring. Try at least 3 other topics first. So they're negating it. It's saying never, but then it says try 3 other topics first and then do it.
I was reading Brother Mod's comment.
What did he say?
Gentlemen
can be said in equally. No.
Gentlemen.
But that's not believable though. Like if a woman comes in and does it just like you just did like that, or you're like, she's doing that for a laugh. I'm never going to be like, she's objectifying us. You know, but men do it genuinely.
Ladies.
Thinking that that's charming in some way, and it ain't.
Sure. Okay. What is?
Thank you for the follow, Wolfgen. It took just now to show up, but it came in a bit ago.
Yeah.
Never ask anyone what their job is. It's classist and boring. Try 3 other topics first. What do you think about that one? I mean, I feel like that's a standard question.
It is, but
What do you do for a living?
Yeah. But I don't think that it's like a conversation starter when you're talking to a stranger or an acquaintance. I don't think that it's something that...
Maybe not a conversation starter, but the longer the conversation goes on...
Right, but it says try 3 other topics first, which...
But it also, again, says never ask.
Yeah.
Which is confusing.
Yes, it is.
This is poorly written.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously, these people
It's very
aren't
contradictory. It's very contradictory.
So taking that out, taking the never out, try 3 other topics first, and then you can do it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
For sure, 100%.
All right.
Hey, I'm Mo. What do you do for a living? No, that's not.
What do you do for livings?
Yeah, because then I feel like...
You make money's how?
I would feel as if, depending on what my answer is going to determine whether or not the conversation continues.
Yes. I want to see if you make enough money for me to invest in this.
And I have had people do that before. I have had people, like, that is their initial conversation with me when we lived in Italy, and I was just a stay-at-home mom, and quote unquote, just a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, you don't matter. Thank you.
Yeah. What do you do for a living? I'm a mom and a wife, and and then the conversation
I run
ended.
a Fortune 500 software company.
Right.
Oh, so we can talk.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Do you mind if I refer to you and other women near you as ladies? You like having weather?
What do you do for a living?
You like having weather, yes.
Perfect.
This is the cutest accent, I think.
No.
Oh, you like having the weather, eh? Yes, okay.
No, that's the most terrifying accent.
Where are you going? Come back with me. All right. That's all for today. Next time, we will finish up the new etiquette rules for how to interact with strangers and others. This week, and for several weeks really, we're going over the new 2023 etiquette guide as published by the New York Times. We are going over about 194 rules in 7 different sections, and we are going to read those rules in full and then decide if we agree or not. Today, we will finish going over the new etiquette rules for interacting with strangers and acquaintances. And as we kind of figured out yesterday as we were going through this, it's really hard to remember that we're talking about just interactions with strangers and acquaintances, not with people that are close to you.
Right.
So some of these might sound off initially until you remember, oh, but we're talking about strangers.
Right.
All right. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
We are going through 37 through 49 today.
My stomach is growling.
We're almost there, Mo. The day's almost over. 37. Don't feel bad about standing up in the aisle immediately upon the plane landing.
Sure. Don't feel bad about it.
Flying is bad enough already. Do what you can to make things better for yourself.
Okay.
Just don't knock down elderly people on the way.
Okay.
I mean, I've had to get comfortable with this anyway, anytime I'm on a plane, because everybody does it. So I'm like, all right, fine. Get up, stand. I usually make it a point to say I'm going to be one of the last people off the plane.
Yeah,
like
me
on
too.
purpose. No matter where I'm sitting. I'm just like, a lot of people are in a hurry.
Me too.
Just let them go.
Yep.
I've been in this plane for a couple hours. I can stand for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 38 is a weird one. Always wink. 2 words. I guess they're saying winking is
Just all the time?
it's fun. Just all the time. Never blink, only wink. One eye at a time. Keep one eye open. Always.
I mean, hey. I've got my eye on
But I think
you.
it's saying it's not. I'm pretty sure
No.
this is. I'm pretty sure this is an antonym to an older etiquette rule. Is like winking is creepy or whatever. Now it's fun. Always wink. Got to do the point when you wink.
No. That makes it weird.
And you gotta make that noise too.
All right, Megan Kelly.
Oh man.
No. I don't agree with this.
You
one.
agree with that?
No.
I wink a lot, so I'm fine with it.
I always smile. How about that?
Smiles are creepy.
No, like, and it doesn't have to be, it can just be a slight.
Just big wide open smile staring directly at people, waiting for them to look at you back.
Just be a small grin when you walk past
then-
someone.
Hit him with a wink.
You don't need to give them, see, creepy. You don't need to give them like RBF all the time. Just
39. Don't tell people that they look like other people.
okay. Here's the thing: don't tell people that they look like other people. 100%. I am like, oh, I'm so in agreement with this. Oh, I'm about to go off on a tangent. Oh, Matt, we about to go off. We about to go off. Okay, hold on.
Let me spotlight you. Here we go.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Put a little love
Who have I always been told, oh, y'all look just alike. You look just like so-and-so. Not a celebrity. Think of our friends. Really? You don't know?
I don't. Me?
To the point to where people have thought for years, like they've gotten me confused. Like when seeing me with her spouse, with her husband, people have gotten me confused for her. Or when seeing me out in public, asked me, so how's Cipriano doing?
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like-
Yeah, you'll do kind of, when she's wearing glasses. Yeah.
She always wears glasses.
Not in photos.
Okay. Anyway.
Which is all I ever see of her these days.
Okay. But I got that all the time. You look just like Samantha. And it got to the point where I'm like, okay, but hold on, wait a minute. I'm older, so technically she looks like me. Thank you very much.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Whoever's the oldest.
That's exactly how that works. 1 year for her birthday, I made us both t-shirts, and mine said the original and hers said the remix. But so I get that. I do get because it takes away from your individuality. Because then as a person, it's not like, oh, let me get to know you. Oh, you're Megan. No, now I'm just the person that looks like Samantha. And that was my life for forever.
Yeah.
I think one of the last times
that.
at our fair this past year, the church Okay, the church that we go to has the tents where they have tables, and so we clean the tables at the fair for people to sit at. Anyway, one of our church members, someone who I attend church with, comes up to me and goes, Where's your husband? And I was like, oh, he's over there. Oh, well, how's Cipriano doing? And I'm like, it hits me. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how Cipriano's doing. Maybe you should ask him. I'm not his wife.
Ask him or his wife or his children that I am not related to.
And then he's like, oh, you're not his wife? No, I'm not. I don't know why it offends me so much.
It feels like,
but
yeah, it feels
I
like
will
you
say,
just don't like Cipriano at this point. Gross. Do you think I really would marry? Oh.
I'm just saying it takes away from a person's individuality. So this one I definitely can understand. However, I do like hearing that people think I look like Candace Cameron. So if it's a celebrity, you can tell me. But if it's just some random person that you think I look like, especially if I don't know that random person, hey, you look just like my cousin Ed.
Thank you. Oh, no, he's ugly. He's a farm pig.
Take it a step further and ask your significant other standing next to you, hey, don't you think they look like cousin Ed? Oh yeah, maybe after he fell off the horse, but not before.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I mean, there was a lot more to that one that I didn't get to read, but that's fine. You made it your own, and that's good.
Listen, my tangent was way better than anything you could have just read. I'm just going to say.
Oh, all right. 40.
I need you to fix the...
What? Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm taken aback by what this one says. Do not touch the small of my back to move around me at the bar if you're ugly. Hold on. There's a story. Let me read the story. Maybe it's better. One time, I was in a very spacious bar with at least a good 2 feet behind me, and then I felt it. A hand on my lower back like a piece of sandpaper. Turned around to find a man whose head was shaped like Caillou. How do you say that kid's cartoon? Caillou's staring back at me. It's awkward, uncomfortable, and unnecessary. A nice little "excuse me" would suffice. Is the music too loud? Give me a tap on the shoulder. I don't understand why they had to put "if you're ugly." If you're not ugly, is it fine?
I mean, apparently, if you're not ugly, it's more acceptable. If you're not ugly, it's like, yeah, okay, you can put your hand there if you want. No, but still, right? Don't put your hand on the small of my back.
Don't touch that part of the body. No ways.
Yeah.
Tap him on the shoulders.
You could even put it on my upper back. Like
on the back of the shoulder.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. Excuse me, miss. Gonna sneak by.
Right.
I've done that before.
In between my shoulder blades. Like, okay, cool.
I would go for the shoulder, not in between the shoulder blades. That feels weird.
It would feel.
Pinch you and make you a puppet. Be in the middle of the
not
back.
like this, but not vertical hand, but vertical horizontal hand.
Horizontal hand across the middle of the back. That'd be weird. Back of the shoulder. Just like, pardon me. It's goodbye. That's how it's gonna go.
Listen, I'm a
big man that's got to squeeze into a lot of weird places. Sometimes I do this a lot, is what I'm saying.
Just grab me by my arms, pick me up, and move me.
Lift. Thank you.
Right.
Off to bathroom.
Listen, can we go into a public place? We need to set this up. This would be fun, and we need to have somebody video it. Okay. We're going to go into a public place. We don't know each other. Okay. And that's what you're going to do. I'm going to be in your way for certain things, and you're just gonna pick me up by my shoulders, move me, and set me, and we're just gonna watch people's reaction. We're gonna do this in multiple random places and have people video or watch it and react.
How are you gonna respond when I do it?
Probably different every time.
Okay. You thought about this way too much.
No,
Brother Bob says, pat them on the top of the head. Excuse me. Need to get through. Excuse me. Thank you.
Or Oriole, would that not be hilarious content? I feel like it would be so funny just to watch. One time I'm definitely throwing an all-out fit.
Oriole and I both there. You keep getting in. When I put you over here, you're in his way, and he puts you back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like brother have to pass him off to Oriole. Take this person. Put her somewhere.
Oriole, you just have to move out here so that this can be like this is a new thing now.
All right, number 41. Never show that you're impressed by anyone. Again, we're talking about strangers and acquaintances. Remember that part?
Okay.
You might assume I'm saying that you should hold yourself in such a high regard that no one else would ever impress you. That's not what I mean. I'm counseling you to never be impressed based on my conviction that being impressed by people you meet is an implicit endorsement of their status, competition that dogs so much of our social lives. We're impressed by degrees and professional accomplishments and physical beauty and fame, none of which is the basis of lasting human connection. Developing affection for someone makes you more human. Being impressed by someone makes you less. What do you think about that? The problem, there's more, with being impressed by people is that it subordinates you and dehumanizes them. I don't know if you've ever seen someone who isn't famous interact with a celebrity, but it's excruciatingly awkward. Mm-hmm. The regular person tends to be so anxious, while the celebrity seems distracted and uncomfortable. I don't blame either side of this equation, given the power of fame in our culture, but when someone approaches a celebrity and asks to take a selfie, even tentatively, it's not really a human interaction. The kind of intimate exchange that marks real social engagement is impossible if one party is deeply impressed with the other, as that person will inevitably seek the other's approval and behave in a way that is untrue to themselves. Meanwhile, the impressive person, even if they're paying equal attention, isn't really there. What the other person is reacting to is the feeling of being impressed or of being overwhelmed by someone else's esteem. No room is left for the actual person. Years ago, I had opportunities to hang out with a larger social setting with the child of a politician who was very prominent and powerful at the time. They seemed in most respects to be friendly and grounded, but these encounters were always pregnant with the person's proximity to power, and the weight of other people being impressed choked the room. No thanks. I prefer to keep both sides of the social exchange human, and then maybe, with time, we'll develop a genuine warm regard for each other. Don't be aloof, don't be cold, don't be self-impressed. Just meet someone, note who they are, feel your indifference to their accomplishments, and get busy with the work of getting to know them and hopefully becoming their friend. Before too long, you'll forget why you were ever impressed by anyone in the first place.
Okay, so I agree with a lot of this. I agree with most of it. And I do agree with the statement that it dehumanizes people when you go up to them and ask for a selfie. At that point, you're almost using them I can't think of a word. The only thing that I can think of is like an amusement.
Yeah, a form of entertainment. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And there are places
like a
for
character.
That. Yeah, there are places for that. Like Brother Mott said, so much for signing lines at conventions.
No, I think that's okay.
That's specifically what that's there for.
Agreed.
This is framing it as an instance where you happen to be in a space with that person.
Yeah.
You
in a public setting.
You were both invited to this one's party or whatever, like that kind of thing. Don't just feign over them the entire time.
Fangirl out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Fair.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, 42. Avoid vague and cliche euphemisms for your privilege. We're comfortable? Or no, I'm sorry. We're comfortable. We live comfortably. That's what they're saying.
Oh.
Leave it in the 90s. Be forthright or say nothing. Because people have already noticed. So if strangers or acquaintances come to your house for the first time, they're like, wow, this is such a big, beautiful house. And to say, oh, we're comfortable. It's all right. We like it here. Just
let it be.
Yep. We earned this place. Took a lot of money.
See?
No, that's not what they're saying.
Worked hard for the money.
It was like, thank you. She's like, yes. We both acknowledge it's a nice house.
Yeah. So if anybody ever said that when in our family home, I kind of would have just nodded.
I've said it a few times. I'm like, this is a nice house. I want this house. And I almost got, like, when y'all thought y'all were moving, you were on the way out, like, Deidre and I had a long conversation about, should we try and buy that house?
Yeah.
We just couldn't afford it.
It's not as great as, like, everybody thinks it is.
But it's nice.
It is
really
nice. After living 10 years in it, though, and I think this is
High
any
ceilings.
house that you go to, like, you're like, oh, this is nice. But then you live in it and you're like, oh.
I don't know.
I wish that the garage opened into the kitchen.
I've been to a lot of people's houses, though. And yours was the only one that I have in recent memory. Like, I would move here instantly.
Oh, thanks.
You didn't do anything. You didn't build the house.
No, listen. You should see my new house.
Yeah.
Because I do think, like, it has something to do with what the person does with their home, how they make it a home. I think that says a lot about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're off on a tangent.
I agree.
Rabbit hole. Rabbit.
43.
Rabbit hole? Is that right? Is that the correct term? Why does that not seem right?
Chasing rabbits?
There we go.
Down a rabbit hole. Yeah. I mean, a rabbit hole, going down a rabbit hole is when, like, you're Googling this and you're like, oh, well, this is interesting too that you found in that article. And then you're like, oh, and then you just keep going off and off.
Okay.
Link after link after link.
Okay, got it.
So this is similar.
Okay.
43. Here's a good way to handle yourself when being introduced to a famous person. Your friend. This is my boyfriend, Pete. It's Pete Davidson. You. Oh, of course. So nice to meet you. It's weird to pretend like you don't know who they are. And unless you're a true fan, saying you love their work just feels ingenuous. It's basically saying if you meet a celebrity, like in an actual situation, treat them like a person.
How many more of these are celebrity based?
I don't know. I mean, you know, everybody's in
Because it's kind of irrelevant.
Hollywood. Here's another one.
Oh, good grief.
You and Bobby De Niro may go way back, but to everyone else, he's Robert. Same goes for Annie Hathaway and Jen Lawrence. Nickname dropping is worse than regular name dropping.
No. I disagree with this one. Especially if I grew up with this person and they truly are, to me, Bobby, then first of all, it's a habit. It's something that I've done my entire life. I'm not going to be able to just instantly break it just because you think that it's inappropriate or that I'm nickname dropping. Yeah. Second of all, I don't know. I ain't got a second of all point.
Second of all, I like to put myself above you because I have friends that are celebrities.
I got friends in high places.
All right, 45. White people should always clearly pronounce 50 Cent. He's not fitty for you.
I'm sorry. I'm white, first of all.
I think it has more to do with street cred.
This is gonna bother me. It's
Mr. Cent.
Mr. Cent.
Hello, Mr. Cent.
Mr. Cent. No. Listen, this to me is offensive.
Yeah, I agree.
Incredibly offensive. But because I appear to be white, then I'm not supposed to be offended. I'm about to get offended. I am offended. I'm already offended.
Don't be
but
offended.
I don't know how to properly not be offended.
Just do what you want. That's all. Do what you want, leave everybody alone. Those are the two best rules you could ever live. All right, 46. Being an ally doesn't mean debasing yourself, because then you're the center of attention again. So when we're talking about people in certain categories in society, whether that be a race or a sexual orientation or gender fluidity or anything like that, if you're considering yourself an ally for them, supporting them, don't make it all about you. Don't post a whole bunch of TikToks about how you've had it so good and life's so easy for you. That's supposed to be in support of them, because then it's still just putting you on a pedestal. It's not doing anything to actually ally anybody else.
No, I think the best way that we can ally with a group of people who we don't identify with is just allowing them to have their pedestal, allowing them to have their...
Allowing them to be their own voice.
There's a word I'm looking for. But yeah. And
Brother Bod, but if we don't publicly self-flagellate online, how will we earn cultural approval from our nameless masses?
I mean, when the time comes that we have to stand alongside them and be a voice with them, then yeah, let's do that. But that's not something that has to happen. It seems disingenuous at that point.
Yeah.
Insincere.
You right. 47. Listening is not the time for you to silently rehearse what you want to say next. That's a common one, I think,
sure.
these days. Yeah. We can see when your eyes glaze over, is what it says. Yes. You need to actively listen in a conversation. Like, really pay attention. And it's okay to take a few seconds to formulate your response. It's all right.
Yeah.
We're not filming a TV show. We don't have to hit our lines in perfect rhythm. Take your time.
We're only recording a radio show.
48. You can recover from... You know what? Nah, we're not going to do that one.
Okay, cool.
Another awkward one. And we're not going to do that one either. All right, so we're done. That was it. That's where we're ending.
Oh, so the next one that we're going to cover is Fitty.
Fitty. We're going back to Fitty. Mr. Stant.
Kick rocks.
Would you like another glass of Dom Perignon, Mr. Sant?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. That's it for like the relationship-esque and friendship-esque and strangers and acquaintances stuff. There are a lot more rules, though, that we're going to go over in different areas now. We're going to take a break, though. We're going to come back to this list in a couple weeks, and that's kind of how we're going to do it, because there's 4 weeks of content in this. We're going to spread them out, so it's not like we're doing a solid month of etiquette rules.
Yeah.
So we'll be back.